So it's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again, although the first time in a while, by now the Commonwealth super-bantamweight champion, Tysie Gallagher. Tysie, how you doing?
I'm all good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good time to talk. You're coming off a career best win. I mean, it's been a short career, obviously, but still, Lisa Whiteside, former amateur star, beat her, not to say comfortably, but clearly, and took home the Commonwealth belt as well. You must be delighted.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good win, clinical performance, and yeah, I was over the moon really. So it's good.
I mean, it wasn't long ago that you had that kind of crossroads fight, if you like, with Nina Hughes. Very close defeat on the cards. She's now gone on to be a world champion at bantamweight. At the time, it seemed perhaps that you'd been thrown in a bit deep, a bit early. Now, looking at what she's achieved and what you've gone on to achieve, do you think it was kind of a blessing in disguise?
Definitely. That's how I've took it. It was a really good lesson for me, and yeah, obviously she's gone on to win a world title and defend it just at the weekend as well, and yeah, she's gone on to do really well. So it was definitely a blessing in disguise to where I am as well now, and what I took away from the fight. Um, so yeah.
What do you think it was that made a difference on the cards in that fight? It was a majority decision, but quite close on the two cards she won as well. What do you think it was that got her over the line?
Like what on our fight? Yeah,
With Nina, yeah.
I I I reckon it was the more she was the more coming forward, and she liked to she liked to close that gap and be a little bit more scrappy. Wouldn't really let me get my work off. But that's how Nina fights, and yeah, she definitely smothered my work very well. That was, I'm sure, was her plan, and she done it, and it looked like she was on the front foot more, although she wasn't throwing as catching me with much cleaner shots, so I was catching her with the cleaner shots. I don't know. Judges like to see maybe them push forward. That's all I could think of when after the fight, when I've watched it back and stuff. That was the most obvious thing, that what she was doing more than me.
And when you lose to someone, is there part of you in the back of your mind that's hoping they go on to achieve big things? Because obviously it reflects well on you.
Definitely. Like when she went on for the world title, I wanted her to win. At the weekend, I wanted her to win. Partly because I want a chance again to fight her again. That's probably the only chance I'll get. But no, yeah, like fair play to her. Hats off to her. She, at the end of the day, like she went and won the world title, well deserved. And yeah, it just goes to show I'm not fighting no mugs. Like, and I didn't lose to anyone like that. You know, I've lost to a world champion at the end of the day. Like, you know, I can only take confidence from that.
And how much pride do you take from the fact that you pushed her closer than Jamie Mitchell, then Katie Healy, who both were world champion, world title challenger?
Yeah, like a lot, to be fair. But I knew that I would. I knew that I would, and even now I knew that if we was to fight again, do you know, like I know I'm more than capable of, and I was back then more than capable of beating Nina, but it just wasn't my day. It's just one of the things. It's one of them things.
And when Shannon Courtney withdrew from the fight with Nina, I know a number of people were contacted about stepping in. Were you one of them? Did they ask you?
I was, so originally Shannon Courtney pulled out of the fight 6 weeks before, 6 7 weeks before, and for about 24 hours, I was fight. It was me. They called us up, and I took the fight. So for 24 hours, I thought it was about a week or two after winning the Commonwealth title. I thought my next fight's a world title fight against Nina Hughes, like perfect. And then the next day they called back saying Shannon Courtney's back in the fight now.
Right.
And we said to them on the phone, said that fight won't happen. It won't happen. Like, and obviously 3 weeks before it come out that the fight weren't happening. And but no, we didn't get a call. Or that second time we didn't get the call. But we were waiting for a call, but no, nah. And then we obviously seen Katie Healy got the call up for it. So
is that kind of a compliment to you that she felt she needed more than 3 weeks to prepare for someone of your stature?
I mean, maybe, and not only that, like I think for what Nina wants to do, I understand. Like she wants to get it. She's probably only got a couple fights left, and she wants to get what she wants to, without the bigger risk, you know. Like, and fighting me, it realistically, it's a much bigger risk to lose her belt, other than fighting like say the other fighters. You know what I mean? So I understand, but yeah, I'm gutted because I would have liked that shot, and I would have liked to have that opportunity. But yeah, it is definitely more of a risky fight because she knows how close it was, and on when we boxed. So yeah, and she was ringside at the Lisa Whiteside fight, so she's seen the improvements.
And you've got a title at the moment at super bantam, but presumably challenging for a world title, you'd want it to be down at bantam, would you? Because Nina's someone you fought before, get revenge, and then you've got Ebanie Bridges as well, high profile. Is that where you'd be competing?
I wouldn't mind boxing super bantam, and then going on to European or getting a European title, and even fighting for a world title at super bantam. That is my weight. That's the weight I'll be fighting at, for sure. But obviously, if there's opportunities at bantamweight, which there is at the minute, obviously Ebanie Bridges is fighting in August. She don't have an opponent. I've asked for that fight. I wouldn't mind having that fight. And like if they called me up today asking if I want to fight, I would take that in a heartbeat. And so like if there's opportunities at bantamweight, I'll take them as well. So yeah, bit of both.
We talked before about Ebanie Bridges just when you were turning over and about how she'd built her profile. You said it's not really your sort of thing. You weren't exactly scathing, to be fair, but you just gave your opinion. What do you make of her now, and particularly how she's improved as a fighter?
Same thing really. Like, it's not really my thing, you know. I don't know. I'm surprised she's still fighting, to be honest, because it looks like she's more interested in OnlyFans. Do you know what I mean? But each to their own. But she seems tough. She looks strong. She's and she's game as anything. She looks like she likes to tear up. Do you know what I mean? But I'd be well willing for that fight. Up for that fight. Yeah.
What do you think could make the difference in that fight? Where do you think you have the advantages?
I'm the boxer. I'm the mover. I've got a lot of the fundamentals, better fundamentals than Ebanie Bridges, you know. And I'm a lot more. I've got more of a boxing brain and cleverer than her. She's got power. She'll stand. She'll trade. Yeah, I wouldn't knock that, but yeah, I think I'll be too clever and outbox her.
That's good to hear. Now, we talked about Nina earlier going on to win a world title. You fought Ellie Scottney in the amateurs, of course, and she's recently won her world title as well. How happy are you, and how much belief does it give you that you'll get there as well, that people you've competed with have gone on to win world titles?
Yeah, like Ellie Scottney, fair play to Ellie Scottney. I was there at the weekend. She boxed superbly, like well deserved for Ellie as well. Like she's grinded it out the proper way, and yeah, it's mad because I'm watching it going, this could be me, like, and not too long either. Like, that's another one for that could happen down the line at super bantamweight. And yeah, it's like I'm not in there yet with the world titles, but I'm so close to touching distance to it, and I've just got to keep grinding away and just keep working for it and keep pushing for the opportunities. Like, see what opportunities come.
I mean, is it that need now to be on some of the big TV shows on a more regular basis?
It's not just that. Like, obviously, I feel like I deserve that now. I've showed. I'll fight anyone. Like, I'm here. A lot of the girls won't. Like, I'll take the risk. I'll fight any of them. And what do people want to see? Do they want to see someone who's come in a good domestic fight, who's someone's going to put it all on the line, or someone who no one knows about just comes over just so they get the win? Like, I feel I'm here and I will fight any of them girls, and it's not just to get on the TV shows, but that would be nice. It would be nice to get looked after, you know, for once. And but the thing is, that's where my opportunities will be now. Like, I've just won the Commonwealth title. To go forward, it is on the bigger shows and the bigger opportunities and the belts that are on the line. Do you know what I mean? So like, I think that is the next step. To be fair, that is definitely the next step.
And when we talked before, you were just about to turn over. You were working alongside your boxing career. Is that still the case? Do you still need to work as well?
Yeah, I'm still doing going into schools and helping kids in Luton, getting on a better path, and like teaching them boxing and stuff to help their physical and mental health. But still doing that. Not sure for how long, because I really want to just push on with the boxing, and it's just hard to juggle. It all really is. But yeah, got to pay the bills.
Well, that's not all you're juggling, obviously. You've got a daughter, Macy May. I believe she turned 5 last month, so belated happy birthday to her. How's that been, especially now she's in school? Is it a little bit easier for you in terms of time and juggling things around?
It is a little bit easier, yeah, because I try and get everything done in school hours, but it's tough. It's hard. I get so much mum guilt doing everything that I'm doing, because boxing's such a selfish sport, and I've really got to put my all into it. So but yeah, like I said, I've said it a lot of times before, I've got really good people around me. We've got good family and friends, so they help a lot. But yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. I can't wait to be able to, like, for her to understand it a little bit more. She does a lot already, but one day she'll understand what I'm doing it for.
I was going to say, now she's a little bit older, she must be aware that you box, and maybe not why you're doing it, but what you do for a living.
Yeah, she knows. She understands. She likes it though. She's a bit too much. She started saying that she wants to go down the local gym in the kids class and start training. I'm like, it started. But nah, yeah, she understands and she likes it so far. So, and she watched she weren't there, but she watched the Commonwealth title on TV, so she was loving it.
Oh, brilliant. Now, before I let you go, just remind people out there how they can find you on the various social media platforms. They can find out a bit more about you.
So my Instagram and Twitter is @Tysie Gallagher, and yeah, that's all I've got.
That's enough, I'm sure. All right, well, really appreciate your time. Best of luck, and yeah, hope you get that Ebanie Bridges fight.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Thank you.